the fourth and final playoff spot in Group A. There are 3 teams in contention. These are 2 of them, the other being Manresa, who will face off later today, tipping at the same time as our game as they travel, the Spanish team, to Italy to face off against Dinamo Sassari. Those are the 3 teams after we have already established the other qualifiers and teams that have not made it out of Group A. And the situation here is these 2 teams both need Manresa to lose on the road in Sassari. And if that does happen, it will open up the door for these 2 teams. Holon know that if they win here today and Manresa lose, then they will leapfrog and take the 4th place in Group A. Lietkabelis need to beat Holon and Manresa to lose Sassari, and have Ostend beat Polski Toruń as well. So these 2 teams, the most important thing for them is they must record victory here today. They must have Manresa lose to Sassari as well. So they have perhaps an eye on that result, although there's nothing they can do about it, knowing it tips at the same time. This is the all-important one for these 2 teams. For Coach Nenad Kanac, there is the Lietkabelis team, which has found some form in recent weeks. They come into this one having won their last 2, and the man to keep an eye out for is Zeljko Sakic at the top of the roster there. He's been on a rich vein of form in recent weeks as he's recorded back-to-back double-doubles in game days 12 and 13. For UNET Holon, then, Stefanos Dedas, the coach of the Israeli team, have been going more and more with the veterans as Yogev Ohayon, Guy Panini, Joe Alexander really have been stepping up in recent weeks for the Israeli team. But they had their opportunity last week on the road in Italy against Sassari. They went down 83-73 in a game that could have clinched a playoff spot for them. And the worrying thing for Holon is are a team of runs in the Basketball Champions League, losing last week. So they've always lost or won at least 2 in a row. Lietkabelis coming out onto the floor. They have won 2 in a row in this competition. They've won 2 of their last 3 on the road as well. That is after they won just 1 of their first 10 on the road in the Basketball Champions League. So they have found some form in recent weeks. They've kept alive their slim chances, but really for them, they're probably thinking the same. They'll assume that the bottom place team, Toruń, won't be able to overturn Ostend. And so in that case, it is victory needed for them here in Israel against Holon, and then to hope that Sassari will comply and record victory over Manresa. Decent crowd here in Holon, waiting for this one. Should be another great game. Holon yet to win a game day 14 encounter in the Basketball Champions League. They've been in this competition now for the 3rd straight year. They lost 87-86 to EVE Baskets Oldenburg in 2018, and then last year 74-62 against Nanterre as well. We'll see if they could finally get that record off their back, record a victory at the final game day of the regular season here. Marcus Foster, the league's 5th leading scorer, 78.8 points per game. He is the go-to guy. As we see Guy Panini coming out, and now here is Foster behind him. Ohayon heading out, the point guard, been starting in recent weeks. Experience as well, national team. Conditions throughout Europe as well. Will they be able to regroup? Will they be able to recover from that loss last week? I think they should have perhaps won, or at least been slightly more competitive. They also went down this past week as well against Ashdod. in the Israeli league, 82-69. Going down to bottom ranked. Maccabi Ashdod, Holon, so a disappointing game for them on that particular occasion. It'll be interesting to see if they had one eye on today's game. So our officials today, Boris Krejic, Benamino Atard and Ilias Kunelis from Slovenia, Italy and Cyprus. Getting ready for what should be a very competitive game, final game of the Champions League regular season for these two teams. One of them will end their season here tonight, that is for sure. The other one may still be alive, depending on the results of other games. It's a pressure environment. It is like a playoff game, really, for these two teams, knowing they need a win. For Lietkabelis, they will go with Sakic, Lietkabelis, Martinez Sayus, Thomas Dimsa, and Paulius Valinskas. The firepower for me, that Dimsa and Sakic kind of wing-forward combination, so important for head coach Nenad Kanac. Sakic really is the man who can do it all. As said, he's recorded double-doubles back-to-back games. What's most impressive is first week it was points and assists, and then last week points and rebounds, showing his versatility. For Holon, there we go. Howe, Klein, Benini, Foster, and O'Hayon. Richard Howe, DMP last week, but a great experience, great inside scoring to Coach Dedas's team for Holon. Interesting to see they tried to use the smaller lineups last week. Holon, it just didn't kind of work for them in the end. I wondered if there was a reason why Howe stayed on the bench. It's good to see him get the start here tonight. I think he can add a different dimension, a real power finisher, a real threat on the pick and roll to help his team. They look to go to him early. Insight into the timeouts there. A lot of defensive strategy discussed. You can hear Holon will switch everything. And Selko Sakic, when he's involved in the pick and roll, try and take away that threat of pick and pop from the big man from Lietkabelis, and then the Lithuanian team. The key thing is trying to get those matchups right. And Holon will try to guard them differently than they plan on guarding their opposition. I think this is going to be a great game here. We already seem to have already found the resolution in Group B as Burgos big leaders right now. Rasta Vector see Burgos wrapping up the final qualification place in Group B. They're up 13 points, just over 6.5 minutes left. I'll try and keep you updated in the Manresa Sassari game that is tipping off right about now, same time as this one. But this is the game that matters. Both of these two teams have to win. Holon versus Lietkabelis. final game of the regular season in the Basketball Champions League is off and underway here. First possession for Lietkabelis. We go to the hands of Željko Sakic. You see that instant switch. Now takes away the three-point shot for Sakic. He's going to go back door. And off the flare. Lietkabelis moving it well. Shot clock low. 5 seconds on the clock now. Sakic gets the pick and pop though. That's what they were trying to take away. But what a rebound for Foster. Skies high. Snatches it in. And it's UNET Holon now. They love to control the tempo, Holon. They tried to slow down Sassari last week. Panini off the screen. Thought about the three. Now roll into the ring. Doesn't get it. Holon into the space. Now TJ Klein. Foster, great defense for Lietkabelis. Shot clock is low. They're not going to get it away. What a great start defensively for the Lithuanian team then. Locked in on the road. Forced the 24-second violation against Holon on that first possession. Lietkabelis brings it down. The movement for Lietkabelis. Swings it on. Sayus. The switch guarded by Klein. This is where they can have an advantage. Sayus has the ability to finish. Time to defense from Klein. Needed an off-balance shot. That's going to be a battle to watch because Klein will have advantage on this end of the floor. As will Howe. Sayus to pick up defensive fouls, guarding Howe in that position there. Foster inside. Howe finds some room and he puts it home. Richard Howe, good finish. It's going to be a battle on the inside. Both teams have the advantage, like I said, offensively. How will they negate the defensive end? As Pinchar picks it out. Valinskas looking around. Dimsa takes a three and buries it. Thomas Dimsa, a decent season here in the Basketball Champions League. Averaging 12.5 points a game, 42% for three. Now loses it. Push from Valinskas. He's got numbers ahead. Sakic gets an easy one here. And he's off the mark. Željko Sakic. And he does a bit of everything. Lietkabelis gets his first score of the night. They've got a 5-2 advantage. Klein. Just a screen for Foster. Foster hasn't had any openings so far. Klein puts it on the floor. Good defense from Sakic. Challenged the shot, didn't foul. Valinskas will push the other way. Oh, dances through a couple of people. Finds Sakic. Had the three, goes to the inside, and you can see Holon, as he so often does, sacrifices the personal foul so as not to be posted. Triple from Dimsa. Pull up from Valinskas, way short, shot clock winding down. Alsud decides to save it. Holon, no hurry. He's walking down the floor, waiting to get everything organised. Panini looking for Klein. Cavicius playing hard on the defensive end. This is a tough shot from Klein. Klein, who was searching for the foul. Great defense from Cavicius. Sakic will take the triple. Can't get it. Fight for the rebound. Okay, on first man to it. Opportunity to run for Holon. Again, they slow it down. Controlled play from the Israeli team. Foster dancing, gives it, gets it back, and gets the finish. Great play from Foster. The moment he made the step back and the defenders jumped out to him, instantly knew the read. A simple give and go. Shot from Dimsa. He's going to be called for the travel. Great defense, that occasion for Ohio. Work on the sideline. Holon pulling out the plays. Goes to Foster here. Foster kicks it to the corner. Finds quick release three. Brings about some arms up expressions from Holon, as if to say, what are you doing? And they're going to switch on to Sakic. This is where he can take advantage. Sakic spins away from Holon. No one coming to rotate. Not sure why they didn't rotate to help on that mismatch there. Perhaps they expected Holon to sacrifice another one. Panini. Quick triple from him, doesn't go. Just got pass. Got to take away the three from Dimsa. They do nicely. Sakic, look at that. Great high-low play. Smart work once more from Lietkabelis. There was a switch on the wing pick and roll, and Sakic came to the high post, knowing he could make the easy entry pass to Sayus. This is the previous post up. This is where they've had their advantage. Lietkabelis going into the low block. Against the switch. It's in the corner of Lidskus. Crosses over, trying to find some room. Low shot block again. He can't finish. Sayus tipped it. Fight comes off. The big Lithuanian last. Possession back with Holon. It's been a low-scoring one here. 7-4, over 5 minutes in. Now, screen for Holon. Holon looking to turn the corner. Lietkabelis does a good job to keep him in front, but look at the quality of the veteran lefty guard. Holon got his man on his heels, knew that Lietkabelis was giving up that jumper. Knocks it down. Lietkabelis has the step, dances in. Once again, no rotation from Holon. Easy score. Well, Lietkabelis. Foster crosses over, gets into the lane. Lovely work. Marcus Foster showing why he's the number 5 scorer in the Basketball Champions League. The roll, Sayus takes contact and will be at the line for 2. Howe sacrifices the personal. First substitution's going to come into the game here. Now you see Foster just left his man for dead. Too quick on that one. That was the earlier give and go from him. He's got 4. 2 of 2 from the field as Holon shooting great percentages. I mean, they're down 9-8 right now, but barely missed. Panini missed 1, and then Klein 0 for 3. Everybody else perfect. Foster, Howe, Holon get to miss 1 between them. So that was good. Sayus as well, 2 of 2. As Normantus comes in for Lietkabelis. Well, Lietkabelis, there he is playing defense against Holon. Switches into Foster. Panini's runner, too strong off the glass. Sakic pushing, lovely feed from Sakic, but it's taken away. Chance for Holon in response. Panini slows it, waits. Great recovery from Lietkabelis, but Holon sees the space before he's fouled. Lietkabelis gets the personal. Some more substitutions will come in for Lietkabelis. Joe Alexander in, replacing Howell as well. Maldunas has come in. He's the big man on the middle for Lietkabelis. Possession will stay with Holon as Holon's drive had it tipped out of his hands. Panini, catch and shoot. Bounces out. Sakic will push. Oh, lovely pass, but again, second time Sakic has made a great pass forward and it's been turned over. Lietkabelis this time. Holon crosses. I can't finish, but we'll be at the line. Over Holon at the line. Makes the first, 4 points already for him. years of age now. And he will head to the bench. Work as Thompson comes in to replace him. Really a like-for-like replacement. Foster will slide over to be the point guard. Bigger line up on the floor for Holon here. Sakic puts it on the deck. Can't get the follow either. Klein and his versatility. Had a lot of time at the 5 last week. Now bringing it down the floor. Goes into the post against Sakic. Sakic holds his ground, but TJ Klein still makes it. First points of the night for TJ. 1 of 4 from the field. You see the numbers. 3 from Dimsa. Doesn't go. Right for the rebound. It's Sakic again. Goes to the far side. So then Sakic playing deep away as a foul is called. Maldunas' jump hook. Called against Joe Alexander. Yeah. Some shots to come for Gabrielis Maldunas. See Klein, they give and go. Work from him. This is a tough finish in the end. Sakic did a good job holding his ground. Doesn't want to foul Sakic because he's so valuable offensively to the team. Nini out, replaced by Troy Copain. And Lietkabelis has gone out for Ehard's 6. Round of applause as Lietkabelis take the lead once again. 13 to 12 here. So picked up these last couple of minutes. Copain with the ball in his hand. It's off the screen, gives it to Foster. There's a lot of attention, Marcus Foster. Match up here for Nomantis. He just loses his footing. Marcus Foster made that look so easy. Too much space for a man with his offensive abilities. 6 points already for Foster. Imsis for the 3. Doesn't drop. Payne with the rebound. Moves the man through. Alexander comes to screen. Payne reverses it. Foster, you're going to isolate him, but good defense. Took 6. Takes it away. What about pulling up? Sakic backing it down against Klein. It's a fun matchup to watch these two. Sakic loses him beautifully and gets the finish this time. Well, Sakic already 6 points. 3 of 7 from the field. Okay, a lot of room for him now on isolation. Foster fouled away from the ball. I believe commits that one. Yep. Baruch comes in for Holon as Sakic and Dimsa take a 47-second break here. Get the extra couple of minutes with the end of the quarter coming as well. They're off the floor for defense right now. Linskas and Baruch in for Lietkabelis. Nice late Baruch. It's passed, nearly turned over, he collects it. Finds Alexander on the backdoor cut. Great finish from Alexander. And Holon have the 1-point lead. Nomantis. Screen coming for Valinskas. Excellent drive. Tough finish in the end that doesn't drop. Baruch couldn't get it. Here comes Copain. Copain getting to his left hand. Doesn't get the drop. Rebound. Stays with Holon. 1.4 on the clock. Get somebody open. No one's available. Terrible execution down the stretch for Holon. It's something we saw from them last week as well. Down the end of quarters, They really didn't execute the way they should. But they have the lead here, 16-15. UNET Holon leading this one. It's Lietkabelis. Low scoring first quarter, picked up a little towards the middle, but three-point shooting pretty poor from both teams, just 1 of 8. Perfect from the line so far. Lietkabelis using the low post to great effect as we see one of the rare threes. And on the other end, Holon isolating Foster. And he's got himself going in the early stages. Željko Sakic continues to take a blow. Remains on the bench for the start of this second quarter. As we await play to begin once again. Howell's back in, Foster's come out. So Holon have Alexander and Howell together in the front court. Alongside Thompson, Copain and Harush. On the other side for Lietkabelis, it's Burita, Kuksix, Maldunis, Nomentis and Velinskas, the lob. And finish. That's the athleticism of Alexander. He wanted the foul as well, but we said that inside combo. Howell and Alexander, first time we've got to see them. So often Holon go with the small lineup right here. Bigger team. Works in the first possession. As Howell's going to commit the foul, just trying to push Maldunis out of the way. Credit to Gabrielis Maldunis there to hold his position. This is the previous play. Alexander off the lovely one-handed feed from Howell. Momentous, his three doesn't go. Now, possession for Holon as Howell picked up his second. That was on the last possession though. The floor for Lietkabelis. It's true pressure, just some token effort. I'll drop back now. Perhaps trying to lift the tempo a little. Slow down game is more suited probably to Holon. Paying off the screen. Brings it over to Alexander. Alexander. In the lane, a lot of bodies waiting for the rebound, but it never comes. No, Alexander, 6 points now in a hurry. 3 of 3 from the field. Looks like it's going to be a good night for him. Holon have the 5-point advantage. Here is Velinskas. Velinskas reversing it, getting it back. Wants to attack against Howell, loses him. Can't hit the shot. O'Payne pushing, crosses over, dances into the lane and gets it to go. Said Holon often control the tempo, but that's a great finish from Troy Copain. And a timeout called. The lead now up to 7, 22-15. Holon with some momentum coming out of that quarter break. Wonder how long Željko Sakic will remain out for Lietkabelis. So quick check-in on the other games. Sassari playing their part for our two teams here as they have the 29-21 lead 1 minute into the second quarter. Ostend trailing against Holon. So that will come into play only for Lietkabelis. As you can see there, it's a 6-0 start for the second quarter for Holon. Will there be any response for Lietkabelis? No changes to their lineup. Sakic remains on the bench. There's Sayus as well. Gimza. Not doing this, kicks it, gets it back. Shot clock getting low. Turns to the left, half hook, and makes it. Maldunis. Much needed score for Lietkabelis to cut this to a 5-point game. Now rolling, can't handle the pass. Normantis picks it up, pushes the other way. Now use the drag screen. Small Lietkabelis into the low post. This is where they've created lots of their offense and foul against Copain. See the strategies. We heard pre-game Holon trying to switch ball screens, especially with Sakic, and in response Lietkabelis have tried to pound it to the inside on the mismatches. They've scored. Right now Holon will probably be happy because they still have this lead. Diaz, who's 6, knocks down the triple. This man who's been a great shooter since his junior age. It's the Latvian. That's his first points of the night. It's a 2-point game. Harush ran against the pressure of Belinskas. Passes to the corner. Thompson finds Howe with a quick step. Out on the floor. Had the easy score. He's frustrated, Richard Howe, because he had a certain 2, or feels like he should have got free throws instead. It's going to be an end-line possession. Williams picks up his second. Into the hands of Howe. Now Copain. Tough finish, doesn't get the roll fight. And the ring was touched. There was a goaltend offensive interference. Possession back with Lietkabelis. Come back from them since they came out of that timeout. Largest lead of the game was opened up by Holon. Now Lietkabelis back in with a chance to tie here. Doing this rolling. Once more they switch. It's high. As they try to isolate the mismatch. Rejected. Good rotation from Howe, who somehow keeps it in bounds as well. Copain. Tough pass for Harush to take in. Does. Thompson. Sorry, that's Alexander. He's fouled. It's good work from Howe. Gets the rejection, doesn't even leave the floor. Manages to save it as well. Innocent, ready to go out. Sayus comes back in. Harush finds Howe. Howe finish as a foul is called. He's not going to go against. Looks like it's Sakic.
don't think he agrees. First foul against Zelko Sakic. I'll go to the line here. First trip there for him tonight. First is good. Richard Howe. 3 points, 2 rebounds. So comes up short, but a rebound. Copain. Just too easy. An extra possession here for Holon. Can they capitalise? It's a screen from Howe. 2 on the clock. Not sure he knows. Fires it up just in time. And it forces him to bury the 3. Troy Copain, with the clock winding down, just kind of threw it up, and he makes Holon's first triple of the night. Imsa back in. Looking for Sayus on the low post. They can't get it. Valinskas attacks and scores. Well, we've seen him go at the mismatch into the low post. That time, they attacked the mismatch out on the perimeter, and Valinskas, credit to Howe, forced him into a tough shot, and he was equal to it. Howe, Alexander again along the baseline, and that's going to be another foul against Zelko Sakic, number 2 against him. This is the other end. The drive from Valinskas just kind of caught Howe by surprise. Alexander. It's the first. Came out of the University of West Virginia. Alexander, top 10 draft pick. A successful 3-year career. System in the US. Lietkabelis trying to go high-low. Sakic was open. It's a poor pass from Sayus. Mistimed it. And then ahead of everybody, the easy score from Thompson. Assist from Alexander. And Ryan Thompson gets himself on the board for the first time as the 7-point lead is back. Great little burst that time from Holon, but you've got to say what it might have been. It's a 4-point play, really. The 2 points that Lietkabelis should have scored on the post-up for Sakic, and the 2 points they then gave up off the live ball turnover, off the open floor mistake, leading to a transition basket the other way. Hits it down the floor. It's the pressure of Thompson. Get it back. Smart play from Holon. They put the bigger Ryan Thompson on Valinskas, and what that means is Thompson on the switch, which he knows is coming. He gets to try and guard Sayus. Thompson's got enough size that he can switch and play that matchup pretty well. It's a foul on that occasion. On. And he'll get the steal. Gives it straight back as Sakic takes it, and Lietkabelis out of bounds. Oh, collection of errors. First of all, it was great defense from Ohayon to get the steal, getting back into the play after he was picked off. Then he gave it away to a great defensive play for Sakic. I think that was just out of bounds. Ohayon. It's this zone defense from Lietkabelis. Nearly a steal for Sakic. He goes out, and a timeout is going to be called here. Holon will talk this on over as the changing defense for Lietkabelis caused a couple of problems. Looking on. Without checking the scores. But, what they'll see is Manresa now leading against Sassari in an incredible comeback in that second quarter. Manresa 34, Sassari 30. 3 minutes 48 left in the second period. Alexander one-on-one. Can't get it to go. Valinskas. For Sakic to come screen. Valinskas gets the foul line. Defense switches late. Now Ohayon trying to guard. Sakic commits the foul. Ohayon knew again sacrifices the personal. Second against him. Second number's done that same thing. Foster's been out for a long time. The second quarter comes back in to replace Ohayon. He picked up number 2. Sagius moves it. Double screen coming for Dimsa, but the defense ready. Switch it. Let's go to the inside. Sagius needs to score here. Has such a highs advantage. You can't get the score over Copain, but the tip is good for Sakic. Foster moves it on. Still a bit of zone from Lietkabelis as Foster will take the triple. Too strong. Rebound only into the hands of Lietkabelis player as Imsa and Sayus fight each other for it. Sakic now. A lot of space on that side. Strong drive from Valinskas and he gets it to go. Lietkabelis back within 3 once more. Defense just really worked for them. Turnover from Holon. Get to Copain. Copain over to Foster to start putting down some 3-point shots here. Finding some way of unlocking the zone. Getting into high post is a good option. Copain spins and scores. Just 1 of 4 for 3, Holon. So you're going to have to make plays like that one from Copain. Flashing into the high post. Try and beat that zone. It's 5-point game, 16 apiece, points in the paint. Imsa, his pass looking for Sayus was kicked, will be sideline possession. But clock gets reset to 14. Man, he can unlock a zone with his ability to shoot the 3-point shot. In Guy Panini stepping in for Holon, replaces Ryan Thompson. Sayus, who's pulled back by Copain. Fouls against Holon. There's going to be 2 shots to come. Alexander's going out. It's a small lineup here, Holon. Thompson comes in. Don't have a true 5-man on the floor. Battle against Sayus on the low post. Question is, who does Sayus guard? Once if Lietkabelis stay in the zone, it's going to be Klein and Thompson to play the inside 2 spots for Holon. Sayus taking his time, no hurry. Second. I have 2 from the field, Sayus, but he's got 4 points up from the line, 3 rebounds as well. Stay in this zone. Panini, he loses it, finds Foster. Block low again, Foster, 1-on-1. It's the lovely roll, just bounces his man out of the way. Back to 5. Foster 8 points. About 95 seconds left. Discuss. Again, low post play with the switch. No double, nothing happening for Holon so far. It's going to be a foul. So this, in the act of shooting, will get 2. Foster doesn't like the call. Wonder if there'll be changes there for Holon at the half. If they'll come with a double, if they'll do anything differently to try and take away the low post presence. Where Lietkabelis are going for all their points right now. Sakic. It's number 1. Double digits for... So 8 points was up for Sakic. It's a second to move to 9. Now he goes out. Pick up his third. Still this big zone defense. Klein trying to find some room against Sayus. She doesn't want to foul. Klein's jump hook comes up short. Good possession for Lietkabelis, who could tie the game with a 3 here. Kalinskas over the far side and to Dimsa, man who can knock him down. Now Sayus draws the double team this time. Can he find somebody open? Klein fouls. I mean, I can't believe the reaction. It looked like cut. I saw that one. Let's see that one again. I suppose Klein's position is that he just held his ground. That caused Sayus to stumble. It wasn't his fault. As long as we'll call a timeout here. There'll be 2 shots to come. I think Sayus at the line. Trying to make it a 1-point game before Holon will have this one. Under a minute left in this second quarter. Check into the other game. 1:07 left first half. Manresa have the 2-point lead over Sassari. So as it stands, Manresa will do enough to qualify. The winner of this game will be irrelevant. Sayus at the line then. Gets himself for the first. Once is clear. takes a long time at the line. He's in no hurry whatsoever. This is the second as well. Fight for the rebound. Six takes it in. He misses. Another rebound is eventually picked up by Panini. What an opportunity wasted for Lietkabelis here. They missed 2 free throws and they missed the putback as well. First 2 misses of the game from them from the line. And Panini, chance to bury the 3. He does. Wow, what a turnaround. Holon, who I said haven't been great at the end of quarters these last couple of weeks, may well make up for it right here. Dimsa holding it and waiting. Running this clock down. Switch. Dimsa loses Panini. He tried to foul. And Dimsa jumps in. Glides in for the 2. 5 seconds on the clock for one final shot. Substitutions are going to come. Smart from Lietkabelis. Just stop. Make sure they're all organised defensively here for the final 5 seconds. Copain has a lot of time. Lets it run to the half. Picks it up. Now uses the drag screen. Copain loses his man. Oh, but the layup bounces clear. How did he miss it? I mean, Copain just got such a good opportunity at the ring. Such a good move. He was so open. And he blew the wide open layup. Oh, Holon, no, still lead here at the half, despite that miss, 36-32. They're playing their part. They will look, probably check in on the score, which is tied at the half in Spain, as Manresa and Cesaria tied at 36. So still all to play for here. Holon shooting just 2 of 5 from the 3-point line. It is 40%. Lietkabelis just 2 of 9 on their side. Rebounding led by the Lithuanian team. It's very much here for the taking for both these 2 teams. I'm going to take a break for about 10 minutes. Make sure you go nowhere. This is going to be a great one. Set up for a grandstand finish here. Ostend leading, Manresa and Cesaria tied. And we have a 4-point game. It is all to play for going down into the final half of play in Group D of the regular season.
He goes off the dribble, and Terry with a big swat just throws it back in Simpson's face. Can they get the three? Just shot. Oh my goodness! Emmanuel Terry is taking this game over. That's awesome.
4 seconds left, the three-pointer to win it, yes! Tyler Stone! It's not over yet.
Drives inside, oh my word, Chris Dow. That is special. That is really special from Chris Dow.
We're 20 minutes into this one. Still real close up for finding out who is going to take the final playoff spot. Coming out of Group A, we came into this one knowing Manresa had the advantage. They have the one game lead over Holon and Lietkabelis before we started today, but they had to win. A loss for Manresa pretty much would see them eliminated. These two teams know that. Whoever wins here today, if they see Manresa lose, they will qualify. That is assuming Ostend beat Polski Toron as well. Toron trailing by 2 at the half against Ostend. Our other game, Manresa and Society tied 36 apiece at the interval there. And we have a 4-point game. Holon playing at home have the advantage here in that first half. They've won both quarters, 16-15 in the first, 20-17 in the second. They haven't shot it, or they haven't made many threes, just 2 from 5. So a good percentage from them, but all their work being done from 2-point range. They've been led by 8 points of Marcus Foster, who's 4 of 5 from the field. Gets some help from 7 from Alexander and Rico Payne as well, also chipping in 7 apiece himself. On the other side for Lietkabelis, Selko Sakic doing it all. 10 points, 5 rebounds, 10 points, 5 rebounds, 0 assists. He picked up his second foul as well. He leads the way, Dimsa, the second high, with 5. So first possession of the second half is in favour of Lietkabelis. And Valinska's trying to find some room here. Still switching on defence as Foster takes away the entry. He'll push in the opposite direction. Sakic playing with the 2 fouls, but Foster backs it out. Now O'Hayon through Richard Howe, gets it back again. They're trying to organise themselves here. Holon not going to do it in time, so O'Hayon tries to make a play. Foster backdoor cut, lovely feed from Howe. Well, the play didn't work, did it? They just couldn't get organised quickly enough. They got worried. They broke the play, and just the experience of Howe and Foster knew how to get a play, knew how to get a result for their team. Dimsa's pass deflected, picked up by Klein. He passes ahead. The next one to Foster, tipped away, but will stay with Holon. You see O'Hayon penetrating. Howe will bounce pass on the back door. Lead at 6. Holon fans liking it. Feeling confident here. Their team can pip that 4th place. Final spot coming out of Group A, getting into the playoffs. O'Hayon calling for the screen to be set. Howe sets it. Oh, the little flip to Panini. One dribble, can't get it. And good work on the glass. Made the most of that one. Lietkabelis, he was fouled, but I'm sure it was as hard as he made out. Howe picks him up. Good possession for Lietkabelis. Sakic into the post, guarded by Klein. Sakic has only a third of his team's points. He turns this one over. Offensive foul. Klein trying to force his way into the block. Lietkabelis stands his ground, which he's entitled to do. Klein just kind of expected him to fight. 3rd foul against Klein. So both the front court players for Holon out there at the moment with 3 fouls, both Howe and Klein. And they'll try and attack here. Sakic backing it down. Klein fighting with him. Sakic beats him to the baseline, and that's going to be 4, yeah. Clear call. Crowd can complain all they want. Referees could look at this one on the monitor, and they're not going to change their minds. That is foul. Number 4 against TJ Klein. Substitutions waiting to come in, but he goes out. Ryan Thompson's come back in. Al stays out there with 3 personal. Little chink of opportunity for Lietkabelis then. Sakic makes 2 for 2. Another big night for him, well on his way to his 3rd straight double-double. Now got 12 and 5. Foster takes the quick 3. Can't get it. That was just first man to it. Let's make it a 2-point game here. Just trying to find some room. Uses one screen and another. But once more, they're just going to feed Sakic. Let him play one-on-one. Howe thinking about coming to double. And that leaves Sayus wide open. Sayus can't finish. And a foul is going to be number 4 on Richard Howe. Well, I mean, Martinez Sayus just blew an open layup, really, but it's going to work in favor of Lietkabelis. It's the 4th team foul already against Holon, 4th foul against Howe. He's now gone to the bench. Alexander comes in. He's only got 1 personal. But, you know, that was the one he missed. And yeah, again, clear call from the referee. He's spot on. Sayus should have made the first one. Really, Howe frustrated. Sakic to Sayus. Can he finish this time? He can, and he's fouled. Another foul against Holon. So Martinez Sayus finally gets a field goal to go. It is that man, Sakic, once again. Lovely behind the back feed from Dimsa. And then the little extra pass from Sakic. Howe's racking up. That one was against Panini. It's a 2-point game here. Yunus is good. How will Holon respond to this adversity? Amazing, really. Lietkabelis 3 turnovers, and yet they've made a big run here. 5-2 to get themselves back into the game. Alexander putting it on the floor. Can't finish the running layup. Now O'Hayon kicks it to Foster. Well, they got this man. They're always in a game, though. Marcus Foster can carry a team on his back. Dimsa knew he was beaten. Tough matchup for Thomas Dimsa here. Does a great job that time, and Foster gives it away. Penetration. Lietkabelis had the 3. No hurry as Malnunas. Normantas turns it over. 4th turnover of the quarter. Foster, the dunk in transition. And 4 turnovers for the Lietkabelis. Starting to cause them problems now. 9 points for from turnovers for Holon. 11 on the game for the Lithuanian team. Normantas all in the play. Slow. Need to hurry it up here. Dimsa coming along the baseline. Attacks. His 3 is off to the left. Lietkabelis perhaps got away with a little push. Hesitates, takes his time. And eventually knocks it down. Foster looking towards the official. Thought he was pushed in the back on the rebound. But we are tied 40 apiece here. Crowd really starting to get fired up. Sayus is fouled to an ironic round of applause and cheers from the crowd. You can't see it from that angle. You see Foster towards the camera, and he was pushed. Foster has it. There's 2 people on the pick and roll. Finds Alexander. He bullies his way up, and foul is called. Really telling Lietkabelis that he wasn't straight up. This is the possession where they turn it over, and Foster gets the dunk. points, 6 of 8 from the field for Foster. First is good for Alexander. Interesting backstory for Joe Alexander, born in Hong Kong, grew up in China before going back to the US for high school and then college. He's on the defensive end for Holon here. The 3 doesn't go. And Alexander pushes, turns it over. The Lietkabelis have some numbers. Dimsa will take the early 3. It's good. Oh, that's a big turnover. Holon tried to raise the tempo, and that's perhaps why they slow it down so often. Thomas Dimsa knocks down his second 3 of the night. The Lietkabelis have their first lead in a very long time. Yeah. Checking back, they've been tied, but they haven't had the lead since 14-13. And it could be more here as Thompson can't finish. The push from Normantus, spins, gets to the middle, finds the open man, and it's back-to-back triples for Thomas Dimsa. The Lietkabelis rolling. The assist from Normantus, and Thomas Dimsa knocked down 2 threes. He moves to 11 points, and it is a 5-point lead for Lietkabelis. Timeout called by Holon, and we check in with our other games. So Sassari leading by 2 against Manresa. So game number 1 is successful for Lietkabelis right now. However, in our other game, Turon, bottom place, currently have a 1-point lead, 51-50 over Ostend. We'll continue to monitor those games, but right now, look at that, 14-5 in favor of Lietkabelis in this quarter. Foul. Foul against Foster. Let's have another look at this one. Next, simulation from Foster, trying to bide a foul call from the referee. It's made by Sakic. Foster with the ball over to Panini. Good pass from him. Alexander met by Sakic. Excellent rotation. Shot clock getting low as the 3 is buried. Panini with a huge basket for Holon. Here's steal from O'Hayon, and it does equal a timeout. A turnover. And it wasn't a steal and transition basket. Holon fans fired up. This lead for Lietkabelis has got them into the game. The referee's calls has got them into the game as well. Fantastic atmosphere here. This is what it's about. Last game of the regular season. Foster to tie it. Too strong. Offensive rebound tipped by Thompson. Now Alexander fading, missing everything. Thompson looks like he took a hit. Shaken up. It will remain with Holon here. 10 seconds on the clock. There's Panini, the huge 3. Much needed. Thompson is shaken up. Not sure what happened, whether it was his head, his eye. Sakic seems concerned. Good sportsmanship from him, but this is just terrible news for Holon right now because Thompson is one of the few front court players they've got left. Remember, Howe is on the bench with 4 fouls. TJ Klein is on the bench with 4 fouls as well. They've been playing this small lineup with Thompson and Alexander. Let's have another look. I think it was a finger to the eye there. Thompson. Alexander playing out there with 4 guards right now. It was Copain that came in. Ohayod tries to reverse and can't. And the question is, who's going to guard Sakic on this low block? Lietkabelis with some numbers in transition. Turn it over. Holon's chance to run. Alexander. Can't finish again. And Normantus, as the game has got a little frantic here. Sayas slows him down, Normantus. You can see Sakic wants the low post possession. Another turnover for Lietkabelis. I mean, how many times are they going to give it away and still lead here in this third quarter? There you see 11 turnovers between these two teams. 7 in this quarter alone for Lietkabelis. Thompson with the ice on the eye. That is the problem for him. So there's number 1 of the front court. There's number 2. There's number 3. Klein, Thompson, Howe, all on the bench right now for Holon. They are holding on. Usually like these small lineups, but that involves still Klein and Thompson on the floor. Alexander over to Panini. Panini. He'll probably be the man who's got to try and guard Sakic. Ohayod again, gets to the ring and finishes. So creative, Yogo Ohayod. Scores with his left hand going right, and he makes it a 1-point game. Lietkabelis reverses to Valinskas. Valinskas turns it over again. 8 turnovers now. Foster will not be caught. Hammers it home. Marcus Foster to give the lead back to Holon. There you see the defense working for the Israeli teams. And Lietkabelis have such an opportunity here, but 8 turnovers in this third quarter alone. It is 48-47. Here it is then, Lietkabelis out of the timeout. Trailing by 1, they go to Sakic. This is where they want the ball. Surprise hasn't gone there. Guarded by Alexander. Sakic still gets it to go. Well, City has an advantage on the low block. I thought it was going to be against one of the smaller guys, not Alexander, but it doesn't matter. Sakic with 15 now, and they're going to slip into this zone, Lietkabelis. Panini for 3, tried to draw the foul, doesn't get it. Alexander in the right place for the rebound. Copain into Alexander. He gets 2 feet in the lane. Sakic comes to double. Good find, gets it to Foster for 2 more. Marcus Foster with 16 personal. Good pass from Alexander on that occasion. Sakic back to Valinskas. Valinskas trying to find some room. His pass kicked. There's the dunk. Normantus off the screen. Normantus stops but loses it. Still has the room to take the jumper and he makes it. There's a 1-point lead. It's a foul is called. Panini put it on the floor. Ehard's kick 6. Commits it. Team fouls. Sees Panini go to the line. Not been the best night. Panini 6 points, 2 of 7. He hit the big 3 a second ago. Now he adds the first of the free throws. We are tied at 51. What a game this is going to be. 2 of 2 for Panini. Valinskas over to Normantus. Pull up, a lot of room again, and Normantus knocks down another one. Breakdown defensively from Holon. They've left Normantus open. He makes it after he made the 2-point shot last time, makes the 3 here. 2-point lead, 54-52. Final 30 seconds of the third quarter. Copain over to O'Hayon. O'Hayon will look to attack Sakic here, takes the 3 and buries it. The lead back to Holon. O'Hayon stepping up. Last possession. Normantus, same play perhaps? No. They'll use the high screen from Maldunas. Normantus kicks it to Valinskas. Valinskas fading, falling out of bounds. And then it's the end of the third. Couldn't get it away in time. So 55 plays 54. Holon have this slender advantage over Lietkabelis. There's a look at the percentages. Both teams starting to shoot it much better from 3. As we see some of the highlights. It is all to play for, and starting to get now tighter by the second. Look into the other games also at the end of the third. Manresa trailing to Sassari. Ostend defeating Turon. So it's a 6-point game in favour of the Italians. Sassari 54, Manresa 48, Ostend 59-48. Sorry, 59-58. The leaders over Turon. So as it stands, Holon will be going through. They will take up a top 4 position. Lietkabelis, if they were to win this one and overcome this 2-point deficit or 1-point deficit here, they would go through. As Ostend defeating Turon as well. Now we see Normantus, 5 points in a row for him. Foster, a big scorer in that third quarter. Holon, I think, will be the more happy of the two teams. They still have the lead. They kind of got through that second half of the third quarter with all their bigs out, all their bigs in foul trouble. So makeshift lineups for them. Perhaps they can start to filter in the other guys in a second. As Dimsa has gone out. Oh, sorry, come back in for Lietkabelis. Julius Valinskas has gone out. Still remains this matchup zone. Foul is called. Yes. Sakic on the foul. The 3 on Zelko Sakic. He's definitely a man we need to know his foul situation. Yep, 3 fouls for him. He's got 15 points, he's got 6 rebounds. We want him to play really throughout this 4th quarter as O'Hayon penetrates. Finds Harouche. Harouche's runner, too strong. Was it tipped? I'm not sure. Either way, it's gone in. 2 points for Holon. (57-54). Holon opening up the lead. Dimsha penetrates, finds Sakic, a lot of room. Comes up way short though. Copain thinks about throwing in ahead. He had the run out, but instead finds Foster. Foster pulled back by Dimsa. It's Foster, unguardable. And now bringing him from the side. Third on shot. O'Hayon waiting for the screen to come from Alexander. Alexander rolls down the middle. O'Hayon again. Gets to the elbow. Copain, low clock. Harouche wants it. Copain's going to take the 3. Doesn't get it to go. Normantis grabs in the rebound. He had 5 in a row in the 3rd. Picks it up to 2-6. Now they'll reverse the ball. Imsa to Sakic. 1 more to Normantis. Normantis, the tough step back, looks good. It was straight but short. And Foster with the rebound. Copain. Holon in no hurry with a 3-point lead. Go to Harouche. His triple doesn't go. Fight for the rebound. Alexander only tips it to Normantis. Here he is again. Maldunas guarded by Copain, but they're going to let Sakic play. 2-man game over on that far side. Good 6. It is Sakic fouled by O'Hayon, and that's going to be 4 on Yoga O'Hayon, I believe. Let's have a check. Yeah, number 4, Yoga. Oh, 3rd. Wow, I thought that was his 4th. Twice he committed fouls on the man in the low post. As Howell is the first man to come in for Holon. They hit the 8-minute mark. See if they can get 4 minutes out of him. 4 minutes out of TJ Klein to finish this one. Here it is. Maldunas needs to score on these mismatches, and Maldunas does. They tried to put the bigger man guarding Zelko Sakic, knowing that Sakic will just go into the low post against anybody smaller. It means that Maldunas is the one with the mismatch. He needs to score to keep Lietkabelis in the game. 57-56 here. Foster. There's a lovely little pass to the inside. Copain finds Howell. He has it tipped away, and it is going to be Lietkabelis' ball. Well, what a defensive recovery. Who was that with the quick hands? Copain drew 2 defenders. A little shovel pass. Found Howell, and I'm not sure how it was taken off him. O'Hayon goes out. Dimsa. Normantis back to Dimsa. Dimsa using the screen. He'll step back over Howell for 3. Doesn't go. Fight for the rebound. Cavicius tips it. And is batted out. We'll go to Holon. Last off Normantis. Howell is the point guard position. Fouled by Maldunas. 13 foul against Lietkabelis. Sasadi continue to maintain the 6-point lead, 56-50 in their game against Manresa. Holon continue to have the lead here. Now trying to find somebody, can't find the handoff. It's the throw it out now with 7 on the clock. Copain attacks, stops, tries to draw contact. Doesn't, but gets the finish. Tough work from Troy Copain. Mantis looking, trying to find some room. Quick 6 to the side, takes the 3, can't get it. Foster fouled as he was heading in the opposite direction. See, Foster just kind of ran into him. It was easy for Quick 6 to commit the personal. There's the finish from Troy Copain, and from New York City, 24 years of age. That's the score. Copain holding on, using this screen from Howell on the wing. Howell squares up, puts it on the floor, and gets to the ring. Richard Howell coming up big. And Holon have started to open up a slight lead here at a very crucial time in this one. It is 61-56. They have the 5-point lead. Sassari have the 8-point lead over Manresa as well. So right now, if it was to end, Holon would be going through. Holon would do enough to be a qualifier. There is still plenty of time left here. Richard Howell coming up with a big time score. Lietkabelis off the screen, trying to isolate Sakic. Copain fighting with him on the low block. Sakic ticks on the clock now. Copain trying to do his best. Sakic fades, gets it to go. That's just tough finish for Zeljko Sakic. Moves himself to 17, makes it a 3-point game right now. 61-58. Panini coming off the screen. Still a lot of time left in this one. Howell is fouled. Who's that going to be against? That's the question. Because it's going to be against Martinez Sayus. That was a big call. Sakic has 3. Sayus has just picked up his 2nd. First misses. Second foul is good. Up the 2-shot game, 62-58, nearly a turnover. Linskas has it back. Insert, finds Sayus, who's fouled. Harouche commits it. Just the 2nd team foul against Holon. They've done a better job not committing those cheap fouls that they did in the 3rd quarter. So Howell has pretty much got to that 4-minute mark he would have been hoping for. Remains out there. Klein remains on the bench. It is Dimsa off a couple of screens. Dimsa all the way. Oh, lovely work from him. Kind of expected him to come off the screen and pull up, but he just dropped the shoulder. Dance between the 2 defenders, and he's made it a 2-point game. 62-60 here. Still 4.5 minutes left. Sassari opened up a 9-point lead now. It's looking more and more unlikely for Manresa. Foster turns it over. Gives the opportunity back to Lietkabelis. So Zalusha's going to go out, and that's a good sign. Ryan Thompson comes back in. Seemed to take a hit to the eye earlier in the game. Enough to return here in crunch time. Kanach looks on. Qualification into the playoffs of the Basketball Champions League on the line here. Gavicius, they're going to run that same play to post up for Sakic, but Thompson guarding him this time. Tougher matchup. Sagius rolling to the ring. Bounce pass was tipped by Foster out of bounds. 6 on the clock. It is Sagius. Valinskas goes behind his back, puts on the brakes, fires a 3 and he banks it home! A huge bank! Valinskas with time running down. Gives his team the lead. It's 63-62. Incredible hit. There's Panini off his screen. Finds Thompson. Thompson, the backdoor cut of Copain. He finds Howe. Howe finishes it off. Valinskas, after hitting the 3, brings it down. They still trail by 1 though. Imsa attacks the baseline. Imsa doesn't like it. It's a technical foul against Thomas Imsa. Let's have a look. Continue to play through the head back, which I know is something they're trying to take out. And, technical foul called against Thomas Dimson. The question will be, who's going to have possession of this one? It's the 4th foul against Dimson. It'll be 1 free throw for Marcus Foster. Not sure who's going to have possession. Foster makes the free throw. Turnover against Imsa, so it's possession for Holon as well. Oh, what a chance this is for Holon, a 2-point lead. With possession, Foster given us a 3, doesn't get it. Sakic takes in the rebound. Valinskas. Every possession vital as we're under 3 minutes left. Execution key for both these two teams. Where are they going to try and go? Sakic wants the high-low. Instead, Dimsa finds Sayus. Sayus steps through, still can't finish, but Sakic gets the rebound. Loses it as it's taken away, I think, by Troy Copain. He has the ball in his hands now, that's for sure. A big steal. Sakic had hands on an offensive rebound. With the 2-point lead, Holon using the clock. They're under 10 now. Copain gives it over to Panini. Panini takes the tough 3 and makes it! Guy Panini knocking down the big-time 3. A 5-point lead now for Holon. 11 for Panini on the night as we will hit 2 minutes on this possession. Manresa making a comeback, but they still trail by 7. Sakic fouled by Thompson. Holon may well sneak into the playoffs here. They're in position to take the 4th and final spot. Turnover. It's going to stay with Lietkabelis. Trailing by 5 here. 12 on the clock. Here comes Valinskas. He's open, gets the curl. Valinskas finds Sayus. Can't take in the pass, but he keeps it alive. And then a foul is called against Panini on the floor. Wow. So close to a turnover, but Sayus does well to keep it alive. He's got to give him that scoring threat. Martina Sayus, they need him on the roll to finish some of these plays. Just 1 of 5 he is from the field. Dimsa thought about the 3, comes off the screen. Sayus rolls again and foul. That's going to be good night, Richard Howe. So 5th foul against him. He will leave the game. A solid night though for the big man. So Howe goes to the bench, 8 points. And TJ Klein also playing with the 4 fouls. I've seen him for a long time. He's going to come back into this one. Free throws. Team fouls against both teams now. First is good for Thomas Dimsa. 14 on the night for him. This to make it a 1-possession game. Dimsa trying to score, looking into the flags. Can't hit that one, and it remains at 4. The lead for Holon here with possession. Copain. No hurry, goes to Foster. Foster. Such a tough cover. Now Thompson between his legs. Can't find the space though. Foster with 1 on the clock. Fires the 3, doesn't get it. 5 for the rebound. Foster nearly managed to save it, but for Holon, they're slowing it down, which is fine. There's much time left, but they've got to get a high-quality shot at the end. Not sure that one was such. So Sassari, their lead now down to 4 points with 2:03 remaining. In this one, Holon have the advantage. Dimsa off the screen. Just goes all the way to the ring, and he lays it up to make it a 2-point game. Timeout being called. So Thomas Dimsa making it. He lays it up. It's a 2-point game here. We've got 1:10 left. Great work from Dimsa. He's had a fine game. He is keeping his team alive. 6 of 10, 16 points. Let's listen in. What are Holon going to do here? Will they advance the ball? Will they take it from the end line? Great insights. It's going to be 2-man game. Panini and TJ Klein, it looks like. There's the score from Dimsa. That was an earlier one where he stepped between the 2 defenders. Payne brings it down. Here comes Panini, but an offensive foul. Incredible. Right in front of the referee. Holon. They had the ball a minute to go. A 2-point lead, they've turned it over. Wow, such drama. Let's have a look. Valinskas bought it right in front of the referee. Dimsa looking for Sakic. Sakic on the low post fighting. Dimsa just clears him out though. Now he's going to attack. Guarded well by Klein. Valinskas slices, kicks it for 3. Lietkabelis can't hit it. Klein grabs in the rebound. Still time for both teams though. Holon, they have it with Troy Copain. A score here surely will win the game. Will this be enough to send them into the playoffs? Holon, hold and wait. Copain uses the screen from Klein. Panini breaks wide. They go to TJ Klein on the switch. He fades, he misses. Sakic takes it. Final 12 seconds of the regular season. Sakic holding and waiting. A chance to tie it or win. Sakic kicks it. Valinskas steps to the inside. Gets it back for the win. A foul. He's fouled on the 3 and Valinskas will be at the line with a chance to win it. scenes here. Valinskas at the line, there's no time left. He will be rewarded with 3 shots. He makes all 3 and it could send Lietkabelis into the playoffs. Let's have a look. Well, first look, it looked like a foul. I think there's going to be about 0.6 seconds put back on the clock. But what scenes here, incredible. It's all set up. Ostend have now got a 5-point lead. The game is basically done for them with just a couple of seconds remaining in Poland. So that game goes in favor of Lietkabelis. We then turn our attentions, 1:39 left, as Manresa trail by 4 in Sassari. So it means the winner of this game as it stands, unless Manresa could come back in that final 140, the winner of this game will take up the final playoff spot. And it's going to come down to Valinskas at the line, shooting 3 shots here, trailing by 2. Incredible excitement, incredible game. Paulius Valinskas is 1 of 1 from the line tonight. Referee's talking about it. You can see 3 shots to come. Now Valinskas said he's 1 of 1 tonight from the line. He's got to make all 3 to win the game, 2 to tie it and send us to overtime. The crowd making as much noise as they can. They know what this means. Panini talking, making sure Valinskas knows how important a shot this is. He steadies himself at the line. 3 shots to come. A lot of talking, a lot of time being taken here. Still waiting. So there's 0.9 seconds left. Valinskas at the line. He's 19 for 21 on the season, and he looked confident on the first. And 90% on the year. Paulius Valinskas, he makes the first. It's a 1-point game. This to tie it. Valinskas buries it. It is tied. We're at least overtime here as Sassari have a 3-point lead. 40 seconds remaining. This to win the game. This to possibly send Lietkabelis through into the playoffs. Valinskas, he's looked confident on the first 2, steadies himself. And gets the roll, Valinskas rolls it home. The basket is good. Lietkabelis lead by 1, 0.9 left in this one. What drama, what a game. I mean, what confidence from Valinskas to step up and go 3 of 3 at such a crucial time. There's 10 seconds left in our other game, Manresa versus Sassari, as Sassari have the 3-point lead. Just incredible scenes here. Great insight into the timeout. 0.9 seconds left as we've got drama all over the Champions League right now. Manresa trail by 2 as they've got 1 more shot to come. And 10 seconds remaining, and here there is 0.9 seconds left. A 1-point game. Holon They'll bring it in from the side. Thompson, the entry man. This is it. They need a score. Thompson. Panini cuts to the baseline. Nobody's open. Copain takes the dribble, gets it away. Bounces clear. Lietkabelis snatch it at the death. Copain couldn't hit the three. Lietkabelis win. What drama here. As there is silence in Holon. The Israeli team have been eliminated. They fall after leading throughout. Incredible scenes here. Lietkabelis take victory. And Valinskas comes up in the clutch. 3 of 3 from the line. As he was fouled shooting a 3. There we see Copain got it away in time. He got a great look. But he couldn't take his team into the playoffs. So Holon, disappointment for them. Lietkabelis need to check the results of the other games. As Ostend have played their part, Ostend have got victory by 5, 75-70. And then the other game, it's a 63-61 Barnstormer as Sassari still have the lead. Nelson misses a shot with 4 seconds to go. Belan takes a rebound that may well seal it for Sassari. May well seal it for Lietkabelis and their qualification into the playoffs. There we see the statistics. I mean, so closely matched, but the free throws, 16 of 19 for Lietkabelis. Great shooting from them, and none more so than the final 3. They won the rebounding battle, even though, you know, Holon had them by the assists. That's what it means to these bands here. They just can't believe their team has gone out. Foster led them with 17, Panini 11, Ohayon with 9. But look at the Lietkabelis, Sakic, Dimsa, Valinskas. Valinskas 10 points, the 3 free throws at the end. Sakic and Dimsa carried them throughout the game. You know, superb performers they were. And what excitement here at the end of the Basketball Champions League regular season. So there is still time left in our other game. We still don't know if Lietkabelis have qualified, but what we do know is they've won here today. Ostend has won, and it might be enough to have sent them at the death through from Group A. This is what it's all about, folks. Basketball Champions League action. As we see some of these highlights. Some big plays all over the floor from both teams. Timeout has been called in Manresa as they need a 3. They trail 61-64, just 2 seconds remaining. As Zelko Sakic coming up clutch as he always did. Didn't quite get the double-double tonight, Sakic, but he had a strong game. As did this man, Thomas Dimsa. There's the first driving finish from him as he used the Euro step to get to the inside, and then Valinskas, who came up with the bank 3, a big time shot trailing late in the 4th, and then he added the free throws late on. We still await the result. We still don't know this final confirmation of the standings in Group A. And there it is. That is the end of the game, the confirmation. It has finished. Lietkabelis take victory here, and they come from behind to take the 4th playoff spot out of Group A. A fantastic win for them here on the road. And Sassari played their part, defeating Manresa 64-61. So it is Lietkabelis, which will be the 4th finisher. There is Valinskas at the line to seal it. He made 3 of 3 to win the game with less than a second remaining. And what a celebration it will be in that locker room for Lietkabelis right now. Still waiting for the final standings to come up. It is the confirmation that Lietkabelis will join Ostend. They will join Turk Telekom and be one of the 4 qualifiers from Group A. This has joined Sassari as well. So Lietkabelis won their last 3 games in the regular season.